Welcome back to Investing Talk podcast. Today we're taking a close look at Rio Tinto. You shared quite a collection of information, company overviews, a detailed due diligence report, recent news. And our mission really is to unpack what's most important for you to know right now.
Think of this as your shortcut, sort of to understanding where Rio Tinto stands today and, what its prospects might look like. We'll try to cover their business, how they've been doing recently, financial health, and what all this latest news could mean.
Okay, let's get into it then. So Rio Tinto, at its heart, it's a major global player in finding, mining, and processing mineral resources. They're working across, 35 countries? Key areas are iron ore, copper, aluminum.
And also those critical minerals that are becoming so important, they basically operate through four main arms: iron ore, aluminium, copper, and diamonds, and energy and minerals.
Right, and it's not just metals, is it? They also deal in industrial minerals, things like borax and salt.
That's true. It's quite a diverse portfolio. Historically, that diversification seems to have served them well when certain commodity prices, took a hit.
So let's look at recent performance. We've got the 2024 data here. Revenue was USD 53.66 billion, a slight decrease actually from the 54.04 billion in 2023.
But interestingly, their diluted earnings per share, the EPS, that actually went up in 2024, it rose to 707.2 US cents from 616.5 cents the year before.
That is interesting. EPS tells you how much profit is attributed to each share of stock, right?
Right.
So lower revenue, but higher profit per share.
Exactly. It suggests they might have managed costs really effectively or perhaps saw better margins on certain products. It points towards, operational efficiency. We also see a strong operating cash flow projected for 2025, around 15.6 billion USD.
Okay.
And their return on capital employed, the ROCE, was 18% in 2024. That's a decent measure of how well they're using their capital to generate profit.
So 18% is pretty healthy then. Even without specific stock price charts in front of us, these numbers do give a sense of their financial state.
Definitely. And thinking about strength, that diversified product range we mentioned, iron ore, aluminium, copper, and so on, that's a big one. It helps cushion them if one market, say iron ore, has a downturn.
Mm-hmm. And operating in 35 countries gives them a pretty solid global footprint, too.
It does. That global reach provides a robust foundation. It's a kind of natural hedge, as you said. But, there are always potential concerns to consider.
Like what?
Well, there have been some calls for an independent investigation into the company's unification. Things like that can sometimes, weigh on investor sentiment.
Right. That makes sense. And just being in the mining sector itself brings risks, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You're always exposed to market volatility. Commodity prices swing based on global demand, supply, geopolitical events. It's inherent to the business.
So how do they stack up against the competition? They're big, second largest metals and mining corporation globally, I believe.
That's right. Very strong in iron ore and aluminium especially. When you look at competitors, you've got BHP, the biggest, who seem to be focusing a lot on technology and sustainability.
Okay.
And then there's Vale, another huge player, particularly in iron ore and nickel. They seem to be investing heavily in digital transformation. So Rio Tinto is right there among the giants.
Got it. So switching gears to what's happening right now, sort of May 2025 timeframe, they've had their recent annual general meetings, London in April, Perth, just at the start of May.
Yes, and a potentially significant development announced on May 7th. They successfully extracted gallium from their alumina refining process. This was done in partnership with Indium Corporation.
Gallium, that's one of those critical minerals, right, used in semiconductors.
Exactly. It's a big deal for high-tech applications. This signals a move, a potentially strategic one, towards diversifying into these critical minerals. It could open up new avenues, reduce reliance maybe on just the traditional bulk commodities.
Interesting. Anything else from the AGMs?
Well, on May 1st, shareholders apparently rejected an activist bid pushing for a review of their London listing.
Okay, so the status quo remains there.
Seems so, at least for now. And there have been some standard director shareholding announcements too, routine stuff, but sometimes signals internal perspectives.
So looking ahead, what should people be keeping an eye on? Future earnings reports, obviously.
Definitely. To see if that positive EPS trend continues and track overall financial health. Also, progress on key projects, like the Western Range Iron Ore project, they just achieved first production there. That kind of milestone can be positive for confidence.
Right, and regulatory changes. Always a factor in mining.
Always. Environmental regulations, mining policies, you have to watch those. And of course, the big one, commodity prices. They'll always be a major influence.
And you mentioned critical minerals. their planned acquisition of Arcadium Lithium fits into that, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It clearly underlines that strategic focus on materials needed for batteries, EVs, that whole energy transition space. It aligns with where a lot of the future demand is expected.
So bringing it all together, what's the picture for you, the listener? Rio Tinto looks like a major diversified mining company. Solid financial base, making moves into these critical minerals.
But like any company in this sector, it's definitely subject to those big market forces and regulatory shifts. You can't ignore those. The recent news, like the gallium extraction and the AGM vote outcome, they offer some interesting points to consider right now.
Yeah, this overview gives you a foundation, a starting point. But staying truly informed means you need to keep paying attention. Market dynamics change, company news comes out.
Absolutely. So what stands out to you from all this? Does it raise any further questions for you?
We really encourage you to dig a bit deeper yourself. Check out Rio Tinto's investor relations page. Keep up with financial news outlets for the latest data and analysis. Thank you for joining us for this look into Rio Tinto. Please do subscribe, like, and comment. Let us know what other companies or topics you'd like us to explore.